Channel 2 News starts now with breaking news.
Report of a possible structure fire across the street from number 501 Ensley. That's between Paderewski and Broadway. Reported to be at the school.
Started second alarm right away. A heavy fire showing first and second floor.
Sounded like a little collapse happened inside already, Chief.
Yeah, Roger. We're giving them 30 seconds on the stairs, and we're pulling them. Chief, I think we should pull it. Bring it. There's a lot of fire up here.
All companies evacuate the building.
There you go. Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Daybreak Plus. Those were just some of the overnight sounds from fire crews in the city of Buffalo as they battled a massive 4-alarm fire near an old church, St. Anne's Church, in the old St. Anne's School building. We're going to get straight to Daybreak's Natalie Foss, who's been on scene all morning. And Natalie, what's the latest?
Well, Pete, we're seeing a very similar scene to what we've seen for the last few hours now. Behind me, as you can see, they're going up in the ladder. They're battling some of those hot spots right now in this building, as the fire was under control at around 3:45 this morning, but they are still dealing with hot spots. As you can tell, the building is still smoking. Now, we did get an update within the last 2 hours from Buffalo Fire, a very good update, which is that they have confirmed that the building was vacant, so they don't have any injuries to report. No one was hurt while they were getting everything under control, and that now they have a little bit of extra work to do once they get these hot spots put out, because the building has actually been cleared for emergency demolition. Now, we're going to show you some video from earlier this morning when it was a very different scene. You can see that the flames were massive. The entire building was engulfed in those flames. And we're told fire caused $600,000 worth of damages. According to a city spokesperson, the fire was on the first and second floors of the 4-story building, and it immediately went to a second alarm. Firefighters were in defense operations, and they were attacking the fire from every angle. Now, just shortly before midnight, the fire was elevated to a third alarm. Firefighters evacuated the building, and then there was a fourth alarm on top of that. This is obviously, they've been battling extreme cold here. The second that they're putting water down, it's turning to ice. This whole street just looks like it's covered in ice, and it's also covered in a bunch of pieces of burned building here on Paderewski Drive, which is where we're at right now with the building behind us. Everything, cars, buildings are covered with these burnt pieces of wood just all over the ground, littered. So you can imagine it was very, very noisy here as well for these neighbors in this neighborhood. It also still really smells of that smoke that's still coming from the building. So they're going up right now to get some more water on it and keep the hot spots out so that hopefully there's no rekindling. But Pete, it looks like fire crews as well as demolition crews definitely have their work cut out for them today on this Friday.
Yeah, Natalie, and also right there on Paderewski, it's a neighborhood landmark that we're talking about. Have you seen a lot of people coming out of their homes and kind of sightseeing and, expressing emotion of such a loss?
Absolutely. We've definitely seen quite a few people coming out taking photos. We've also seen people kind of looking on. This is right by a school, so we've seen plenty of people coming by looking on as they're taking their children to school today. And definitely lots of photos, lots of memories here in this particular building. It's a huge building in this neighborhood, a landmark building, so definitely quite a bit of a loss.
Yeah, thank you very much, Natalie. At the old St. Anne's School right behind St. Anne's Church on Broadway there. Thank you very much for that live report, Natalie. And this is a story we will obviously continue to follow throughout the day. For the latest updates, you can visit our website, WGRZ.com, or download our free news app. In more breaking news, we have learned about a fatal pedestrian accident in West Seneca. We just got this video into our newsroom earlier this morning from Center Road and Sunnyside Drive. You can see the flashing lights there as crews investigate. Got the information just after 6:30 this morning. And right now, details are still limited, but we'll update you once we learn more. The Seneca Nation president is addressing members who are concerned about ICE operations.
If you're out and about, if you're traveling to and from Canada, because we do have relatives and friends that we go up in Canada to see, make sure that you are carrying the documentation that is necessary for you to be able to identify who you are, where you're from, and your status as a Seneca.
And the heightened concern comes as tribal leaders in Minnesota say that ICE has detained several indigenous people, including 3 tribal members in Minneapolis. When it comes to local operations, Seneca adds that he has already been in touch with Homeland Security about the protocols and procedures in place regarding outside government coming onto Seneca Nation territory. An American Airlines plane, check this out, it was on the taxiway at the Frederick Douglass Greater Rochester International Airport last night when it slid off. American says the flight was headed to Charlotte when it partially left the paved surface and slid onto the grass with about 90 passengers on board. Luckily, no one was hurt, and afterwards everyone was taken to the terminals and rebooked and then given hotel rooms for the night. And look at this aftermath on the thruway of a crash early yesterday morning. State police say this was near the Eden Angola exit near the town of Evans. Officers say the incident involved 2 tractor trailers and 5 cars. 2 people were taken to the hospital with what they believe are non-life-threatening injuries. This comes at a time where Buffalo Mayor Sean Ryan is coming off his first big snowstorm since taking office. If you remember, Ryan made a priority to improve plow services in the city during his campaign. During yesterday's storm, Mayor Ryan toured the Broadway barns and DPW dispatch. He sent out a press release saying, quote, "City passes first major snowfall test of 2026. So we went out on the streets and asked residents what they thought.
The side streets and stuff can look like after a storm. What's your grade for the Ryan administration? How are the roads today?
The roads seem pretty bad. As I was coming up from South Buffalo, a couple accidents, not gonna lie. But it seemed that everybody's still getting home safe.
Would we declare victory over the snowy roads?
Today? No. Tomorrow morning? Yes.
Another thing Mayor Ryan said he wanted to do was hire more plow drivers, and the DPW commissioner says that'll be on the agenda for next year. All right, well, yesterday to today, it's a whole different story, but it is still cold, Patrick, and that cold's going to be sticking around, right?
It is, and certainly, yes, next week. The light snow, though, has returned to Buffalo as expected. It was clear like an hour ago. Now this band of lake snow has pushed north into the metro, and we're going to see periods of light snow, it looks like, today, and it is cold. Lake effect snow Sunday right in Buffalo up towards the falls, and very cold and snowy, it looks like, as we head into next week. So for today, some snow showers, very minor accumulations today. 35 tomorrow with scattered snow showers, minor accumulations Sunday. Lake effect snow for Buffalo. This one will miss the south towns in the southern tier. This Sunday snow will be focused right over Buffalo. And there's that lake enhanced snow coming right into the city. And we'll see that kind of fade. And then some scattered snow showers mid to late afternoon and evening. But again, amounts will be on the minor side. All right. Future look shows that light snow coming into Buffalo. There it is. Maybe it lets up a bit, and then more snow showers later this afternoon and evening. Then we're tracking some scattered snow showers into your Saturday. Again, very minor amounts through your day tomorrow with periods of dry weather and some snow showers. But on Sunday, that's when the lake effect snow sets up right over the city. This could even migrate up towards the falls, and some of that could be on the heavier side, and then we'll see more snow and cold as we head into next week. There are your snow totals again, a coating to maybe half of an inch today, similar for tonight into tomorrow, but higher totals by Sunday, again from Buffalo to Lockport and up towards the falls. There is 2 more plunges of very cold air. One comes in Sunday. A stronger cold front comes in Monday into Tuesday, and this will easily bring the coldest air of the season. These are the forecast temperatures. This is a look at Monday morning. We're in the teens. In the afternoon, we're still in the teens. Tuesday morning, single digits, wind chills 10 to 15 below zero potentially, and then high temperatures on Tuesday, upper single digits to low teens. So yeah, it's going to be really cold next week with the lake effect snow. All right, there is the snow showers that we have for tonight, 27. And then for tomorrow, above freezing. That'll be the last day for that in quite a while as we get into a much colder weather pattern. So there's the lake effect snow Sunday. Monday, snow and wind. Tuesday, the coldest day. There's the snow expected for Wednesday and Thursday. For the South Towns in the Southern Tier, we're going to go with no snow on Sunday. We should get a break on Sunday, but snow and wind returning next week. Pete.
Saturday is the beach day.
Oh, you got it.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. Hey, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, but we've got more Daybreak Plus on the other side. All right. The Sabres continued to roll last night. Great night at KeyBank Center as they took care of business against the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens. Final score was 5-3. Did you watch this one?
I did not. No.
Did William keep you up to date?
He usually, yes. I got the text in the morning, the win. But
Tage Thompson was a force. I mean, he had a hand in all 5 of the Sabres' goals, had a hat trick, and added 2 assists. And, the second of his 3 goals came to give the Sabres an early lead in the third period, one that they wouldn't let go of. And then he finished it off with the empty netter. Sabres have now won 15 of 17 games.
I thought, tonight we were moving the puck quick, shooting, and on our recoveries on loose pucks, we won almost every 50-50. So anytime you do that and you come up with the puck, you're going to get more chances.
Yeah, winning those individual battles for sure. The Sabres will play at home once again tomorrow against the Minnesota Wild. But so when do you think the real bandwagon starts up in the Sabres?
I know.
Where do they have to get down the road?
Well, I feel like they're beat. It's not fluky, right? It's not like they're winning with shootouts. They're beating good teams, right? So this is more than just a fluky run. This seems like a legit, this is a good team.
Yeah, and also they're getting what I like to call honest wins. These aren't things where they get 3 goals off of fluky bounces or a lot of power play goals. These are hardworking wins. These are wins where they're playing good hockey. I mean, Tage Thompson's second goal last night was just a thing of beauty. It was a tic-tac-toe, and it was like, where has this team been?
Right. And that's the first, October, November to the first half of December. It seems like it's a different team. You're right. Because they couldn't stretch 2 wins in a row if they were lucky. Now it's...
Yeah, and a couple of things happened. Josh Norris came into the lineup, and he kind of secured the lines and got everyone playing slotted where they should have been. And once you get a winning streak like that, confidence builds.
That's
and
right.
Like anything in life, confidence is the biggest difference. I mean, that just can carry you through, and you don't start panicking when the other team comes back and scores right away, or you're behind in a game. And it was just really cool to see it as this team's coming together. And it's kind of reminiscent of another team that wasn't getting people in the building. They had a losing record, and then they finally came together and then formed a great team. We're talking about the 2005-2006 Sabres team. And the 20th anniversary of the team was honored last night. And they made it to within a game of the Stanley Cup Finals. Wow. This was the year that Carolina won the Cup. And everyone in Buffalo says this was their Cup team. And they had depleted, I think they had 5 injuries on the defense by the time that series was over. So if everyone stayed healthy, but it's what if.
So did that team kind of go on a run like the Sabres now?
Yeah.
I mean, if they started lousy that season?
Yep, and that team would have rolled, if they'd have beaten Carolina, if they'd have stayed healthy, they would have rolled Carolina and definitely swept the Oilers in the finals that year.
Wow.
That was a team. And Ryan Miller there, you see, addressing the crowd. He was the, just kind of the backstop. But 2 members of that team had a special night last night as well. Thomas Vanek and Jason Pominville. It was announced that both of them are going into the Hall of Fame, the Sabres Hall of Fame next year, and they took time to reflect on their time here in Buffalo.
Individually, it's hard not to beat my goal in Game 5, but as a team, it's Danny B's Game 6 overtime goal here. I've never seen a building that loud. Walls were shaking, and it's something I'll remember forever.
In my first NHL game, this building was half full, and I didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, it was win, and the team started to perform. And all of a sudden, the second half, or earlier than that, the building started to fill. And then first playoff game, just pulling in and seeing all the people around the parking lot and the plaza, I was like, all right, this town we've heard of it. This is something special.
Yeah, and Pominville was talking about his goal in Game 5. That was the one, that was the RJ call when he said, these guys are good, scary good.
Right.
Yeah, so that was definitely a highlight in Sabres history, but they will become the 45th and 46th members of the Sabres Hall of Fame, and they'll be enshrined next year.
I like how they all came out on skates, too. That was kind of cool.
I was amazed at the number of players that they had come back for that 20th celebration, but that's very cool. All right, well, we are just a day away from the Bills divisional round matchup against the top-seeded Denver Broncos. Kickoff is at 4:30, so you got the Sabres game in the afternoon, then the Bills game. This is going to be a good Saturday. The Bills are putting their final touches on the game plan back on the practice field yesterday as the prep time grows slim. And even though he's been banged up, he's got the right hand injury, twisted knee, foot injuries, Josh Allen should be good to go. He was a full participant yesterday. And Ed Oliver, he was back to work as well. He's questionable right now as he works his way back from that torn bicep. He was limited in practice. Max Hairston, Jordan Poyer, they're definitely out, as are 3 key wide receivers. But regardless of who's on the field, the Bills believe they are in the best hands because of number 17.
Just the way he handles himself, and really the meeting we had, at his school was his character really shone through in the way he handled his first meeting with us as an organization.
At his school, of course, talking University of Wyoming.
Just up the road.
Yep, I taught law there. I almost went to the University of Wyoming.
Really?
Yeah, it was my safety school behind Brockport. People say, oh, yeah, right. No, my uncle taught out there. I was thinking if I was going to go away to school, that would be it. And it was one
it's a mountain college.
Yeah.
I think Laramie's beautiful. You're high up. I mean, I think you would have flourished there. Not that you weren't so bad at Brockport, but, that would have been a good spot for you.
I figured I would let Josh come there decades later and get the whole limelight.
Right. You didn't want to be you didn't want to be the signature face of the University of Wyoming.
Exactly right. They would have retired my microphone. Right. All right, and Banditland's going to be rocking tonight as well at KeyBank Center. The Bandits are hoping to bounce back from last weekend's loss against the Nighthawks of Rochester. It was their second loss of the season so far. Earlier this week, they made a trade. They announced that they've acquired Mike McCannell from the Philadelphia Wings for a 2028 draft pick. As for the Bandits tonight, they'll be taking on the Ottawa Black Bears. Game time, 7:30 at KeyBank Center. So we can only hope that we've got a triple-dub weekend going.
That's exciting. I mean, tomorrow is a day, right? I mean, what time? Puck drop is at 12:30.
Yeah, and then 4:30 for the Bills, and
I love it.
And hopefully, it's a fantastic, glorious Sunday.
Yes, feeling good. I keep hearing these injuries for the Bills. I feel good about this game. I feel good about our offense against this defense, despite how good they are. But man, so beat up.
The injuries, and it was like all of a sudden, right at game 1, the injuries started.
I know.
I mean, they've been playing this way all season.
Right.
So if there's a team in the NFL that I'm like looking at the injury report going, yeah, that looks bad, but it's looked bad all season.
The whole season.
Yeah.
Do we know if Ed Oliver's playing, or is that still questionable? Okay.
So I think we'll get one more injury report today.
Okay.
And we'll see. I can't, his return to practice window just opened up. I can't really see him playing this week, but the fact that he's practicing again is a great sign. And I think the Bills will definitely get past Denver. I've got a good feeling about this game, so hopefully we'll see him in the conference championship. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but stick around. There's more Daybreak Plus on the way. All right, now, if you remember, we made a bet with our sister station in Jacksonville last week because of the Bills' wild card game against the Jags, and we can confirm that their famous Mayport shrimp, famous that I've never heard of, but Mayport shrimp, that's supposedly their delicacy. It is on the way to the station. So,
wait, does shrimp travel well when it gets here?
When it gets here, it's tired. It's tired from the swim. It's a long.
I mean, I guess shipping seafood is.
You can freeze it.
You can freeze it. Okay.
Sure. All right. So we decided to keep it going, make a wager with our friends in Denver. Take a look at our bet we sent them and what they sent us back. Okay, number 1 seed. weaker division. No problem. Bills are getting ready for a showdown at Empower Field in the Mile High City.
Josh Allen and the fellas will take on the Broncos at 4:30 our time, and it appears we have to humble another one of our sister stations.
Friends at KUSA have thrown out a bet. If they beat us, big if you consider that inexperienced little quarterback you got. But anyway, if they beat us, we'll send over some of our finest and hottest wings.
Stevie Nicks, I think, is there. If we win, we want some of Colorado's finest Rocky Mountain oysters, it says here.
No. You know what? I got a great deal.
Okay.
Because if you know what Rocky Mountain oysters are, you know you don't want them.
Yeah.
Guess what? When we win, you just pay for the wings, and we'll eat them here. How about that?
You get a Denver omelet, maybe something like that.
Oh, that works. That works. How are you feeling about the score?
It's going to be 24-17 good guys, the red, white, and blue.
Exactly right. And tell Sean Payton, be ready, because the NFL's leading rusher is coming at him downhill, and hopefully Dre Greenlaw can help with that, right?
Yeah, Kyle Clark and the Broncos overrated.
The gauntlet has been dropped.
The Broncos facing the Bills right here in Mile High. We are so looking forward to the game. Of course, we want to welcome in the Bills Mafia into the Mile High madness, but not before we have a little fun along the way.
We're working a wager with our friends, and I use that term loosely, our friends at WGRZ in Buffalo.
All right, so when we win, you can send us some of your famous atomic wings. Now, if the opposite happens for whatever reason, we're going to send you some Rocky Mountain oysters and maybe some Coors beer to wash it down with.
Our plan is to get stuffed with your food. Thank you very much. Just the way Josh Allen's going to get stuffed by the Broncos defense.
I like to hear that. Now, isn't Josh Allen's wife a Broncos fan?
Isn't everyone a Broncos fan?
Yes. We're all believers. All right, predictions?
Okay, I'm going to go 24-20, of course, Broncos on top.
Of course. 17-16, Broncos on top. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, Kyle Clark overrated. By the way, he's an anchor at KUSA in Denver. He does their evening shows, and he's very good and very popular. But it's funny, and I like how he refers to their quarterbacks by like Trevor Lawrence was Vicky Lawrence.
Yeah,
and then Bo Nix is Stevie Nicks. Oh, Kevin O'Neill is quite the funny guy. But yeah, I was on 97 Rock this morning, and my prediction too was 24-17, like Kevin's. So, what's yours?
I'm going to go with 31-21.
Oh,
I think I have a feeling that our running game is just going to run down their throats.
Right. That's
we'll see.
They have their defense is amazing apparently, but that's the one thing that I think you're right. I think the Cook is going to have a day.
But I'm an eternal optimist too.
Yes, you are.
So let's go Bills.
Right.
All right. We are going to take another look at weather. Take a look at this outside. You know, the snow had stopped, and you told us it was gone for the season. And it's back. You lied.
I made that call.
You said it's spring tomorrow.
I did not say that.
He did not.
I did not. But it sure seemed that way a couple weeks ago. When can you tell us how much time we have? Just so I don't. Do I go to the wall? 2 minutes? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got plenty of time to tell the people what they want.
I've done this 47 times today, so let's make it 48. Let me get the graphics fired up and ready to go here. First of all, there's a look at the 7-day. I will not. I'll tease you with that first, but then we'll get to radar here and show you what's going on. And that is some snow has moved into the Buffalo Metro, and this is some light lake effect snow. Where's the radar? Come on, there it is. And you can see that it's going to be here for a little while longer, then lift north and fade away. Then we'll see more general light snow, it looks like, as we head into the late afternoon and evening. Again, minor accumulations expected, but a cold and snowy weather pattern is certainly getting ready to envelop all of western New York, it looks like, this weekend into next week. For the falls, lake effect snow on Sunday. Temperatures in the low 20s. Wind and snow for Buffalo in the Falls on Monday. Tuesday, the coldest day with temperatures in the teens for highs. Snow showers, more snow potentially on Wednesday and into Thursday. And then as we head to the south towns in the southern tier, we are going to see more snow again today, but minor accumulations. Okay, the snow on Sunday should be north of the south towns in the southern tier, so we'll go with mainly dry weather. But then cold and snow on Monday. Look at that, highs of around 10 for the southern tier on Tuesday, and then more snow, it appears, as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. So this will be the coldest stretch of weather for the season. And yeah, some of the lake effect could be significant. Looks like the lake band will be mobile, so it's not going to lock in one area for too terribly long. But yes, it's going to be a wintry week next week for sure.
Yeah, when I see that combination of wind and 21 degrees over an unfrozen lake.
That's like,
I mean, are we looking at an event?
That's a great question. I think it's, and an event is like, when we have I would say over 18 to 20 inches in one spot. That's very possible. I think this could be an event. Yes. Weather impact alerts likely for next week.
All right.
There we go.
There you go. Well, we got to say go Bandits, go Sabres, go Bills in that order. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us for Daybreak Plus.